And the man of the hour, Coodie Simmons.
I just gotta call up some of the people that was in the movie that helped with the movie to come up here and help me with these questions y'all about to hit me with. Come on, Jay and Max, where you at? And I would love to Stephanie to come up, if you don't mind. And really, whoever else that helped with the film, I know, honey, you in here. If y'all want to come up, just to come up. Come on, y'all need to, you know what I'm saying, be seen, because, you know, it was a team effort to make this happen. You know, God first, and then put us all together, and we made it happen for Stephon. First time he seen it during the credits, he cried the whole credits. You know what I'm saying? So we just proud of that, and yeah. So I just want to introduce y'all. This honey, Max, editor, Jason, editor.
So for you and Chike, did this originate just growing up being fans of Stephon? Or like, how did you guys first get attached to this project? Was it just coming from a fan side? Or?
Well, actually, so I'm from Chicago and Chike's from New Orleans, so we knew Stephon, and you know, we just knew that he was a good player. We knew that you know, we knew about the bag. I remember the Vaseline, you know what I mean? I remember things like that, but I didn't know much about him. When it came to us through Jason Samuel. We was working on the Martin Luther King doc for BET, and he was like, man, Nina Bon Jovi want to talk to you guys about doing Stephon Marbury's project. And just by knowing Nina Bon Jovi and Forrest Whitaker and the things that they've done for directors and the great work that they do, we just like, man, if they doing it, it must be something great, so let's definitely figure this out, you know what I mean? And we did a FaceTime call with Nina, and next thing I know, we doing a project. And first we had to go to Steph. So when Steph met us, it's like, we connected so, like, cause he's very spiritual, you know what I mean? And we all three of us, me, Chike, and Stephon, lost our father, so I know they was working somewhere else, you know what I mean, for us to put this together, you know. Cause I always say Jesus is direct when we do things, because magic just happens. So I know they all up there working with him and making it happen. So that's how it came. That's how it came about.
The three of you spent a lot of time together in China, first just kicking it and kind of getting to know each other before you even started talking about the films.
Yeah, we went out to Beijing. Like, well, let's go hang out with Steph in Beijing. And I have, you know, I film sometimes, so I had a camera that I just bought. Luckily, it was 4K. You know, so we actually did the interview out there and just shot a bunch of B-roll. And we was going to do another interview with him. Jason actually, not only did he edit it, he was our DP as well, director of photography as well. So we was going to have him do it again, but it just worked out where used what we did out there. So that was we was out there about 3 weeks.
And did it take some time to get his family on board, or were they on board right away? Kind of, they give you so much access.
Man, Stephanie, like, I gotta thank you again, because they just all trusted us. It's almost like I said, it's bigger than us. You know what I mean? So when we walked in the room, it's like his mom and his mom was like, go get stuff from downstairs. We had to go get stuff from downstairs, bring it up, you know. She was like a mom to us, you know what I mean? And then Steph was a sister to us, and Marcia the same, and Don. We met Don. It's just like we was family already. So that worked out.
Yeah. Anybody in the audience have any questions? Right there in the middle.
I'm curious what the thought process was, kind of leading Stephon out of the documentary until the later parts, and not really including as much of his own commentary on his NBA career. If that was kind of done intentionally or for a certain reason.
Well, it was a thought that happened, and we watched the first rough cut. Stephon was throughout the whole cut. You know, Jason and I was working hard on that cut too, and then me and Chike came in like, let's just put them at the end, take them all out at the beginning, and you know, I let them talk about how that affected how they felt. Cause
yeah, you want to speak to that?
That's all you, Jay.
Okay, yeah, we got all the footage and there were a few different versions of the cut. And since the spontaneous interviews that you see in the end with Stephon, we kind of introduced him, we fought him with the lower third, deliberately to have his name Xavier in there in the middle again, because there's that really serendipitous moment that happened in the barbershop, completely unscripted, completely unplanned, when Xavier came in. And as soon as that moment happened, even on set, Coodie and Chike knew, like, this is the doc. And so we realized that it was more, the thought that they had did make the film more powerful, not to let Stephon speak for himself, because you also see throughout the film that the media a lot of times speaks for him, incorrectly. We wanted that feeling to sort of permeate the doc all the way up until the final act, where you got to see the man speak for himself, when he had also kind of transformed into a place where he could speak for himself in a way that he was happy with, and he had found an inner peace that allowed that to happen. So, the intuition that Coodie and Chike had to move all of Stephon's own commentary about his own life to the end, we think made the last act more powerful, more true to who he was as a person now.
Anybody else have anything? Well, right here, there you go.
Thank you, big fan. Two things. Me not knowing the history by you putting stuff towards the end, there was a lot of suspense of wanting to know what happened to him. So I was gripped the entire time. Like, is he alive? Well, no, seriously, because of so many tragedies happen with good stories. So there's something very strong that pulls you all the way through. So great choice, and of course, wonderful choice. But talk to us a little bit about the animation. Just curious about what inspired that, or.
Well, my partner Chike, he went to art school, and he always wanted to push the envelope. So every time we do something, he's like, man, let's do it different than somebody else did. When we did Benji, we had the animation throughout the doc, and we both don't like regular reenactments. You know how they do like reenactments, we ain't like those. So he came across this guy Williams page. I wish I knew the page to tell y'all to go follow him, but who does claymation and over in Europe. So we contacted him, and he jumped on board, and that was it. But it's all we like to push it. We like things different. You know what I'm saying? We like to do things totally different. So I'm happy to. What y'all think about it?
And piggybacking off that, I love the sort of like the VHS aesthetic with the section breaks and all that. So with the editors up here, what kind of conversations you guys have going into it? How much stylistically you wanted to bring to it? Did you allow them to kind of figure that out in the edit, or was there conversations prior to kind of figure out we want to make sure we had this kind of, and make sure it doesn't feel like a traditional sort of sports documentary where it's more just talking head.
Right, well, I just say that these two brothers right here, they really went in, They really did a lot of research. We had to research a cake that got us a lot of material as well, but these two brothers went in and they just, put this puzzle together, and they made it really easy on me and Chike, so I'll let y'all.
Yeah, I'll let Max speak to that.
So like Coodie was saying, we're doing an insane amount of research up front, and kind of opened our minds up to the really weird world of YouTube and all the incredible things that we found. And there's a lot of people who just were like taping NBA games for like 10 years at a time and uploading them to the internet. And it was kind of amazing to find this like weird VHS aesthetic through of Steph's life that was like existing on the internet. And then he's a guy who, unfortunately, his narrative has been boiled down to like these really segmented things, whether it's like Starburys or the Olympics or his time with the Knicks. So it just became like a pretty natural way for us to kind of like, stop, start, and hit all these different places. And then there's also this kind of recurring theme of like, any kid is watching this film from Coney Island, like it's Xavier at the end, or it's the kid up front, or it's Stephon himself. So there's kind of this like, breaking the third wall a little bit, or fourth wall. This is the fourth wall, right? Breaking one of the walls.
Breaking walls. Breaking walls.
Yeah. So it kind of came from that. You can have.
Good. Anybody else in the room? Sorry.
I just want to say that I'm from Coney Island. Like, I was born and raised there. Went to Lincoln High School, so all the characters and everybody that was at the barbershop, like I knew all of them. Like, so it was really cool to like see it all on the big screen. And going into it, knowing it's a documentary about Steph, I was really curious about how you guys were gonna like tell his story, and I just want to say you guys did a great job. So it was really cool to see that. So appreciate it.
Right there. Oh, here, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to make a comment that I remember living this whole situation. I played in the entertainers class. I remember him going low. So every moment was breathtaking for me. And anybody who was like those 90s kids and basketball players need to see this because you completely nailed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
One of my questions that I had was sort of related to that. I love, I'm a 90s kid like that as well, and I love how like, the Terror Squad team and that whole era of how these NBA players are so integrated with hip-hop culture at that time. And they're still integrated now, but not as intimately as that in these leagues and stuff. So was that something you kind of wanted to capture going into it? Did their research kind of lead you to this, oh yeah, we can kind of show this sort of older time of the NBA and hip-hop culture was so kind of embedded like that?
Yeah, I mean, we all knew that was something that we needed to touch on because, you know, Stephon and AI and them, they really was the one that brought hip-hop to the NBA, you know what I mean? It was those three, really, him and Kobe as well, you know, and so we want to definitely touch on that.
Yeah, it's interesting working with Coodie and Chike on other projects for like Air Jordan. There's always this narrative that they're trying to incorporate, which is always bigger than basketball. So it's about the culture, especially coming up in '89, and how the fusion of hip hop and basketball and black culture and how that created a movement, you know, starting in the boroughs, especially in the Bronx. And so this was finally a project. Usually that gets cut out of the commercial stuff because they're just interested in selling the shoes. But this was a fantastic opportunity to tell a full story. I mean, you could make a whole documentary about just the street ball part and the evolution of EBC and all that. But it's fortunately we got to touch on this thing that's a big passion for Coodie and Chike, just being able to tell the bigger picture of what's going on, because it's not as simple as basketball, it's not as simple as like the crack epidemic, it's not as simple as clothing culture and one, like it's all intertwined into this big tapestry, and no one's really interested in telling that story from a commercial perspective, so it's only here through like a lens like Stephon that you get to see this massive world and then how all those things connect.
We have time for one more question. Open back.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what didn't make it to the movie? What didn't make it?
That's a good question.
That's
a great question.
I'll tell you, I was at Georgia Tech when he came, and I can tell you some things you missed.
Oh yeah, no, we could have did a whole doc on that era of Georgia Tech, and I'll be probably talking about the Iverson game, the Allen Iverson, I don't know, but I mean, it's a million stories that we could tell. But you know, we got 90 minutes. I know one thing that I wish we would have told was his first game when he went into the NBA and he got hurt, and what his mother told him. And I wish Steph was here to tell that story. You know what I mean?
Over there.
Steph. Oh, come on, Steph. You're standing there the whole time.
You guys had me crying from the beginning because you did an awesome job. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The one thing that my mom taught us is that we live by the truth, and that the truth sets you free. And that, I'm gonna be emotional, but you know, my brother's struggle was seen, but the person, you captured the person, the heart of the person, and that for that I really am grateful to the entire staff for doing that. But the story about the first game was, some people call it cocky, but he was very confident what he was going to do in the first game. And Mom, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And he didn't play 2 minutes. He fell and sprained his ankle. So my mom said to him when he got home and he called, he was like, Mama was like, I always tell you, you never know. Don't think yourself more better than what you are. You never know. God has a purpose to let you see that even in this, that you don't have control of this, that this is a God-given gift. And just like you need to know that this is a gift. Don't be so sure of yourself. And I think that had to happen because it was a humbling experience for him. He knew that he was not invincible, that he was human like the rest of us.
Somebody told me this, and I just want to tell y'all. They said, "Don't let your imagination get in the way of God's manifestation."
Yes.
Somebody told me that. I was like, "Oh!" And that's what this doc was. That's what we thought. You know, you couldn't even think of the things that was happening, like Fat Joe. We didn't know like that. You know, she talked about Fat. We didn't. But Fat Joe to be that charismatic and how he told the story, and then the day we did Clark Kent and them, we just had the idea of doing it like Spike Lee. It was on the hottest day, just like to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave us everything we needed. That, when I say he, I mean Jesus Christ. He gave us everything we needed to make that happen. And exactly what we seen them doing, and them how they was gonna be funny and how they was gonna go at it with each other. We knew that was gonna happen, and it happened. So you know, but it's all God.
Yes.
That's all the time. Like,